What is going on, everyone? Triple C Gaming here, and I am back with EA Sports UFC 3. And in this video, I'm going to be going over some tips and tricks on how to get takedowns. Now, this video is going to be aimed more at beginner/new players. Most people that have been playing this game for quite a while probably already know these things. So without delay, let's get started. So the main way to get takedowns in this game is you need to create grapple advantage. And for those who don't know what grapple advantage is, I'm going to do a quick explanation, and I can explain it better in the clinch here or on the ground. So let's go into clinch. Now you see the top of the screen, the grapple advantage bar. First, let me break away. I'm wearing the red gloves. You see how I'm holding block? You see how it's blue on his side because he's wearing the blue gloves. That means he has grapple advantage. That's how big the advantage meter is. So let's go here. I'm going to have John Jones go for the tie clinch, and I'm going to block it with Cormier. Now I'm using two controllers here, so bear with me if I mess this up. You see how I block it? Look at the grapple advantage. See how it turned red for me? One more time. There it is. So what that means is when I have grapple advantage, it only stays there for a second. It doesn't linger there for a long time. But what it means is when I have grapple advantage, the next transition I choose to do, no matter what it may be, whether it's a tie, clinch, break, takedown, whatever, it means it'll be that much faster. It doesn't mean it's unblockable, but it just means he's going to have to be that much quicker to stop it. Now, that's how you do it on the clinch or on the ground. Blocking transitions is the main way. There's other little small things you can do, but the main source of way to create grapple advantage on the clinch or ground is to block transitions. On the feet, you can't block transitions really, but there's still plenty of ways to create that grapple advantage. So I'm going to go over them right now here. Okay, guys, the first tip I have is something that everybody has, which is very simple. As long as you're holding high block and you do the inputs for a lead uppercut, but you have to make sure you're holding high block, you'll do this nice little push here. You see that grapple advantage? Now immediately do a takedown off that. So, and look at that. Now that is not an unblockable takedown. None of these stuff I'm going to show is unblockable. They can all be blocked, and sometimes you're going to face really good players that can block that. But when you see that push, you pretty much have to be pressing the command before. But it is blockable. But just keep that in mind. And also keep in mind if they're throwing punches. You see how I'm trying to push them? And it's not working, so don't spam this push over and over because it's very easy to interrupt with a couple of punches and you'll get rocked quick. But it's something that you can use. Push into the takedown. And I mentioned grapple advantage so much also because if I'm standing right here, we're both standing toe to toe and Jones hasn't done anything, and I go just for a straight up takedown like this, I'll never get that takedown. 9 times out of 10, that takedown will never come unless you catch someone that just absolutely doesn't know what they're doing, it's laggy or something like that. You have to set them up a little bit. Sometimes you can catch guys off guard with certain things without having a bunch of grapple advantage, but traditionally you have to create a little bit. So that's the first tip right there, is to push. Another thing that you can do, and this isn't a grapple advantage thing actually, but it can still help you. So let's have jump first. So if you have an opponent that is walking you down, and they have to be walking at you in a straight line, not like cutting you off like this, but if they're coming at you head on like this, shooting a double leg takedown will shrink their denial window to block that by 20%. There's no grapple advantage for that unless they're throwing a crazy strike or something, but they'll have to be that much quicker. And on the flip side of that, if you have an opponent that's backing away in a straight line, remember it has to be in a straight line, shooting a single leg takedown will block their denial window by 20%. So if they're coming forward, double leg takedown. If they're going backwards, single leg takedown. And I want to stress once again that what I'm showing you here is not like they're blockable. They're not these undeniable takedowns you're going to hit on people all the time. So just keep that in mind. Another way is just getting out of the way of strikes. And this is perfect for guys that are being very repetitive with their combos. Let's have Jones throw jab, hook, hook. So with Cormier, I'm going to block the jab, block the first hook, duck under the final hook, and then do a takedown. 1, 2. You see that grapple advantage? Now, if you're scared to, say you're scared to duck low because you're worried you'll duck right into an uppercut, you can pull back. So let's have him throw the same combo, and we'll do a pullback instead. 1, 2, pull. And you see that? Very easy. And you see the nice grapple advantage. Those are almost always guaranteed takedowns at that too. And so now let's have Jones throw a 1, 2. So now, if we block the jab, we're going to block the jab, slip the 2, and then do a takedown. You see that? Very little grapple advantage there, not a ton. But here's the next tip we have here. This time we're going to add our own, we're going to slip over, but we're going to throw our own straight this time. Let's have Jones get up. Let's try that one more time. And watch the grapple advantage here, guys. Look at that. From one slip straight, that nearly gave us a full meter of grapple advantage. And that's because we created what's called a hit stun. Different things create hit stuns. Certain counter strikes will do it, but always big strikes will do it. If we're sitting neutral with each other, if I land an overhand, look at that. Right into a takedown. Head kicks will do it. You know, a front kick to the head will do it. Big stuff like that. But like I said, counter strike. So this is perfect for guys that are spamming 1-2s on you all day, and you just want to take them down. That's all you need to do. Slip straight them. And earlier, like when I was showing when they were throwing jab, hook, hook. 1, 2. You can put, oh, well, he was a little too short for that one, but let's try that one more time. 1, 2. See how he created the hit stun and we got a free, like, see the grapple advantage there? It went up all the way. But you can also just go for the takedown if you don't want to throw the punch too. But for 1-2s, I would suggest throwing a slip straight because that just creates too much grapple advantage every single time, and it's a very easy way to get a takedown off somebody. And remember, big strikes too. Oh, Cormier does not have a lead head kick. I forgot. So see, and you can chain that right into a takedown. Another big way to get takedowns is to block kicks. Now, let's see. Let's have Jones throw leg kicks. Perfect for leg kick spammers. Look what happens when I check this leg kick. Look at that. Grapple advantage meter bar is completely full. It can't get more fuller than that. Very easy way to get a takedown. And for any kicks for that matter, if they're throwing a head kick and it's blocked, let's go ahead and block that. You see that? Just for blocking that head kick. And the same thing for a body kick. Like if you don't catch the body kick but you block it instead, go for the takedown afterwards. Doesn't mean you're going to get it all the time, but you know the grapple advantage is nice there. So just remember that. Let's see what else we have here. They also added an ankle pick a while back, so you have to be outside of striking range, like here. And you have to have a takedown range, I believe, of at least an 87. And if you just go for a regular single leg takedown, you'll do this ankle pick, like so. Now this is far from being unblockable at all, but you can sometimes catch guys off guard with this. It's not something I would spam over and over or anything like that, but you can catch guys off guard with it once in a while. Let's see, another thing that you can do, you can fake takedowns. And to fake a takedown, you just start the animation of the takedown, then just press block during the animation of it. See, like that. And when they first added this a while back, I was excited because I thought maybe you would be able to fake takedowns into punches, but it's so slow to throw a punch, it's not really meant for that. I think what it's meant for is to keep your opponent off balance, but another main reason is when you're in close quarters, you shoot the takedown. Now, once your opponent commits to blocking a takedown, and you can tell when they're blocking a takedown because watch when I press, see how my hands are with Cormier? That means I'm blocking a takedown. When they're blocking the clinch, looks like that. And when you commit to one or the other, you cannot block the other one. They changed that a good while back too. So like if I was already pre-blocking takedowns and he decides to clinch me, I would be able to block the clinch right away. You can't do that anymore. So once they commit to something, they can't block the other. I think for like half a second or something like that. So what you can do is you can fake the takedown, get them to drop their hands, and then go for a clinch. And then from there, you know, work your magic in the clinch there. There's also another thing you can do in the clinch here. Forgot if your fighter you're using has this, which Cormier does. He has the leg grab if you press L2 from the single collar tie. So let's have Jones. So if someone gets you in the tie clinch, let's have Jones do it. Now, this is like a momentum. They call this like a momentum type of thing where the transition goes really fast. As soon as you break the tie clinch, go for the leg grab. It is a very fast takedown. Look at that. You see how quick that was? I don't know why it's like that. Like there's certain momentum transitions like that. So if someone gets you in the tie clinch from the clinch, break it. If you break it, immediately do the leg grab if your fighter has it. Not everyone has the leg grab though. Because if I just go for a leg grab like that, look how slow that is. Look at that. Look how long it takes to fill up. You see that? To where... Look at that. It's a very nice one to do. And let's see, another one we can do too is getting fighters towards defense. They added this driving takedown. So to do a driving takedown, you just press L2 and L1, or what's it, LT and LB on the Xbox, and you press like you're going for a high double leg and back against your opponent. Now your opponent's supposed to be more towards the cage in the center of the octagon, but this double leg takedown, like, it activates from almost anywhere. It's a little broken in my opinion, but it can't be, it's not hard to deal with. But as long as you do that, you'll do this to them. You drive them towards the fence. Now I'm gonna make another video at some time and talk about more in depth about this, because there's a lot of different things to worry about when you're doing that, offensively and defensively, stamina wise and things like that. But that's a quick way just to do a takedown of somebody. You get them there. And against players that aren't the best, that don't know what they're doing, what I like doing is pressing L1. You have the body lock high. I believe every fighter has this, by the way, that can do this driving takedown. And I'll just immediately go for the body lock high. And against the players that aren't the best, you'll catch them with it. But against better players that know what they're doing, they're going to block that. And you can eat up a lot of stamina doing this and then trying to do takedowns, because this position can be kind of easy to block takedowns with, you know, against better players that know what they're doing. And you'll lose a lot of stamina, so be careful, you know, doing this all the time. But yeah, you see, you can do double legs, you can do double unders, you can fake too. That's something that can be done. You know, you can fake the double leg and then really do the body lock or whatever the case may be, you know, against better players that you have to fake on. And those are about all the main tips I have, guys. There's some more stuff, you know, obviously, and everything, but those are just some good stuff to get you started that should help out quite a bit, in my opinion, you know, for people that are looking to get better at getting takedowns in this game. And I have a couple of, I need to make another grappling video with one of my fighters, but I have I think a George St. Pierre one I did a while back, where I really focused on grappling. I'll link that in my description there, so you can watch that video and see me get some takedowns there. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. I appreciate y'all watching. Until next time, stay cool, calm, and collected. Peace.